Sup witches, this is Nine the Hermit, and today I'm doing day 8 of the 31 Days of Tarot Challenge by Ethany. Today we have to talk about the tarot books that we read in 2019. So I'm gonna show a couple. In 2019, actually I finished it at the beginning of January 2020. It's the Pictorial Key to the Tarot by Archer Edward Wade, so the creator, with the help of Pamela Coleman Smith, the creator of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So this is his book with the key definitions to the tarot cards. I don't know if you guys read it, but the way it's written, especially the part at the beginning, there's a lot of like opinions on different people in the tarot. So the people who came previously before him, Eliphas Levi, Etela, not sure how to pronounce, but Aliet, the people who came before basically Archer Edward Wade, and how he describes them. It's so funny. It's almost like in a condescending form sometimes. I don't know if somebody felt the same way reading this book, but like, this opinion is blah blah blah, and it seems like ridiculous to me because blah blah blah. And you see what I mean in this type of writing. So, and basically some of the meanings, very short paragraphs for the minors, a little bit longer for the majors, and some of the meanings doesn't make any sense, like at the end when he puts some divinatory meanings that for different cards. Okay, let's see. The Seven of Pentacles, improved position for a lady's future husband. Reversed, impatience, apprehension, suspicion, like improved position for a lady's future husband. That's kind of funny, you know. So it's up to you whether you want to apply the meanings or not, but the meanings of the cards have evolved a lot from this book, I think. The next one that I read, Your Tarot Court by Ethany, yay! And I have a bunch. I actually have, I think, 2 videos about this book where I'm doing the exercises in this book, and I have a bunch of oops, I just lost the. So basically, I loved it, and I have it signed. Yeah, I got it at the Reader Studio from Ethany, and I loved it. This is amazing. It was quite easy to read, and you are able to connect with the card in different ways for different type of learners. So different type of learners, like visual learners, making up a story learners, thinking like how this card would react in a situation, and you end up learning more about the card. The next book that I read, well, actually, I didn't read it. I listened to the audiobook, okay? Finally, some audiobooks are coming out about tarot, and this one was the Kitchen Table Tarot. So I was traveling from Toronto to Montreal by bus, and it's a 6-hour travel, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? It was during the day. And then I realized I went on Audible and I searched for tarot books, and I saw there's the Kitchen Table Tarot, and despite the fact that I had this copy at home, I haven't read it yet. I decided that I'm gonna listen to the audiobook. It's around 5 hours and 30 minutes audiobook, something like that, and I was able to listen to the whole book during my trip from Toronto to Montreal. But the thing is, with audiobooks, I feel like I'm a very visual learner, so I really need to see the pages, and if there's spreads, like at the beginning of the book, there are some spreads, and it's nice to see them, right, when you're visual. So I'm actually rereading it with the audiobook and rereading it, the hard copy, at the same time. So I listen and I look at the papers at the same time, and I highlight the things. I also love it. So for me to be able to listen to the audiobook again and to read the book again, it means that I really like the book. There's definitions for the cards, very well explained, and it's very down to earth. Like, it's not complicated. It's very like, you read it and it's like if a friend was talking to you or somebody that you know well, and like with jokes, and it's just soft and welcoming as a book, easy to read, not boring. Like, if you compare to this, like I had to actually translate some words. Like, English is my third language, so some of the fancy old English words, I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? It's written in like another language because it was a while ago, right? This one, very easy to read and like simple everyday language, and it's just like a welcoming way to present the tarot. So that's about it for the 2019. Now I'm reading a bunch of other books that I have to read and I want to read, but there's so many of them, and I'm sure I'm gonna read a bunch this year, 2020.